Okay, let's go.
Hey guys, Ron from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics. Happy Sunday. This video is going to be on my favorite pleco, the fish that started me in me being interested in plecos, and the reason why my Rio Xingu setup exists today. This particular fish has lived in my South American paludarium for about 3 years. He's been in captivity, in our captivity, for 4.5 years. And now he's living in the Rio Xingu setup that was designed specifically to meet his needs. This is the Baryancistrus xanthellus, otherwise known as the Golden Nugget Pleco, and a fish that absolutely, in my opinion, is the most underrated pleco in our hobby. But this particular fish doesn't do well in a lot of different setups. Okay, there's a lot of specific needs that need to be met to maintain this fish long term. I learned from this fish and other sources, especially reading about the Rio Xingu, what those requirements are. So as you can tell in this video, he's feeding, and this is the very first time he's ever fed in the open for a long period of time without just scurrying away as soon as I made a slight move. So he's rewarded me with an opportunity to catch him feeding on a piece of zucchini. He also gets fed rapashi solvent green and a number of different types of pellet foods that have a lot of spirulina and soft water, freshwater soft sponges, which these fish in their wild habitat are specialized feeders on freshwater sponge and different types of, I would say, biofilms that grow in the rocks. So I try to reproduce that with other foods, and in this case, the small group of golden nuggets that reside in this particular setup have showed me that I'm basically onto something. You can tell by their girth and their sides. These guys all have good shape. They're all well rounded. There are 2 golden nugget plecos in this tank that are young adults at around 3.5 to 4.5 years. And I would say they're probably, I wouldn't call them young adults, but they're still fairly young, but they're at that size where they're starting to show attention to each other. And there's a small group of sub-juveniles in here also. I hope to eventually get everybody to grow out in this system and start showing some breeding and spawning activity. But we will see later on down the road. A lot of these fish are a little too young to do that. But once again, you can see the girth on our boy right here that's been with us for quite some time. This is him also trying to draw the attention of this young female. They've been hanging in this cave, though they haven't gone inside the artificial cave. They do spend a lot of time in the rock work that I've built up, trying to redesign what their environment would look like from the Rio Xingu. So I've started using this lace rock, which I love the lace rock. It looks like the rock from the Xingu, and I would, in some cases, I would glue in pebbles into the rock to make it look like those rocks are calcified inside the larger flat rocks. The stones look like they calcified inside the stones. It's a part of the Rio Xingu that I noticed in a lot of videos that I tried to recreate to make them feel more at home. They spend more time out in the open because there are quite a few dither fish, from the anastomus to the different tetras that are in this particular tank that can handle water flow. But remember, water flow is a very important part of maintaining golden nugget plecos in captivity. These fish come from a rapids environment and require very strong water flow and a lot of oxygen. They will do okay in tanks without it, but you will not get them to flourish without water flow, temperatures between 86 and 88 degrees, a pH between 6.5 to about 7. I kind of keep it around 6.8 to 7, which is not hard to do with water changes. I like to try to keep the lights a little dim in this particular tank, so these fish will spend more time. They do not like bright light. The Xingu has parts which are shallow and parts that are deep. And these guys are found in a lot of different zones. Now, as you can tell in this tank, you can see the water flow flowing. You got 3 water pumps on the left side pushing the water from the left to the right. And we also have a Fluval FX6 in a 4-foot tank. There's over 5,000 gallons per hour flowing through that tank. But yet I can't get it to look like a video that George shot from meeting the guys at Panterei in Germany. And George Farmer shot this particular video. It belongs to him. You can see it on YouTube in its entirety. This is shot at Panterei, showing their awesome river system and the water pumps that produce this. As you can tell, this golden nugget is holding his own in the head flow, probably the strongest portion of the water flow. And this fish is flourishing and doing rather well. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. Ron from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics. See you.